And now to an inspiring story out of the UK. As a child, Jason Arday had the odds stacked against him. He was diagnosed with a developmental disorder and autism spectrum disorder at an early age. He could not speak until the age of 11, and he couldn't read or write until he was 18. But that did not stop him from following his dream of becoming a professor. And now the 37-year-old has achieved what was once seemingly impossible. Arday recently joined the faculty at the University of Cambridge, making him the youngest black professor on campus. And he joins us now. Jason Arday, a professor in sociology of education at Cambridge University's Faculty of Education. First off, Jason, congratulations. You are clearly just like an image of resilience, so we're so glad to have you on with us. Tell us first a bit about the challenges you faced and how you overcame them.
Firstly, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful, tremendously grateful. In terms of the challenges, I mean, it depends how one looks at them. You know, I feel that I was very fortunate actually to not be able to speak, because it allowed me to observe the world in a completely different way, which is in some ways shaped the individual I've become in terms of my worldview. And I guess the obvious challenges were not being able to speak and obviously not being able to read and write until the age of 18. But I think that a lot of these things are things are sent to try us. And I was very fortunate that I had a fantastic mother who supported me and really nurtured any kind of time I had. And then I had fantastic mentors who really supported my growth and development. And if not for them, I don't think I would be sat here talking to your good self now.
It's really powerful. It takes a village, right? And I've also heard it said, you know, we have two ears and one mouth, so we should listen more than we speak. And clearly you've done that throughout your life. And I mean, your list of accolades is pretty impressive. You've earned 2 master's degrees. You have a PhD. Now you've become one of the youngest professors in the UK. How do you do it, first of all? And how do you take care of yourself in that? But also, I understand teaching was a lifelong dream of yours. So what was that moment like when you learned you got the job?
In some respects, it is an amazing feeling. But what I would say is that standing upon this vista, one of the things that you would want is to look to your left and to look to your right and to see people that look like you. And I guess in the UK, I don't see that. And there's been a generation of amazing people who have been lost to institutional and systemic racism. And what I want to do is use this platform to continue the work I've been trying to do over the last 10 years to bring as many people of color on the vista with me, so that when I look to my left and I look to my right, I can see people that are reflective of a wider multi-ethnic, multicultural society, particularly Black women who face particular difficulties through these systemic systems that often oppress them in a very unique and violent way.
Absolutely, and very powerful that, you know, you're the first in many regards, but you don't want to be the last. So I wonder, to that end, what advice would you give to anyone who is facing challenges today, whether personal or systemic? What advice do you have for them in reaching their goals?
The advice I would have is, I think humility is one of the most important qualities a human being can have. And I think that mapped against faith, hope, and self-belief become extremely important anchors for one chasing their dream. And the most important thing is to surround yourself with good people, take the time to be a good person, to listen to what people have to say, and more importantly, situate yourself within the spirit of what can I do to help other people, and center that as your mission. And I think that's a really important thing, particularly given the world we find ourselves in at the moment, where individualistic endeavor can sometimes trump the idea of the collective. And I think that's hugely important.
Absolutely. Faith, hope, and self-belief. I think I got to put that on my office. Jason Arday, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.